Welcome to the Friendlyjordies Podcast. I hope you guys are having an amazing day, evening, or night whenever you're watching us. How are you doing?
Swell.
Yeah, I'm pretty good. You know what, boys? I was talking to Mislav about this, but have you guys heard of the Alexander posture technique?
No.
I didn't look
I've
into
forgotten
it.
everything that I've learned.
Yeah,
from it, but it's pretty good.
I haven't looked into it. It's on my long list.
Wait, well, what is it? Is it like an exercise?
It's just, look.
Be more conscious of it.
No, that's not what you're supposed to do.
Oh, fuck.
Look, this is all the Alexander posture technique boils down to, and I want everybody to be conscious of this while you're watching Twitch, mostly because you'll pay attention more and we'll probably get some more subs out of it. So,
And because your backs are probably fucked.
look, I'm guessing if you're on the internet enough to be on Twitch...
Are you talking about like when your parents go like, keep your back straight?
No.
Because
You
I
are
read
not
somewhere
supposed to do
that's
that.
like a myth. Like,
Yes.
it doesn't.
Oh,
You can do
Terrible.
it if you want.
Look, this is all your
Fuck.
posture should ever be. Do
Oh,
you
yeah.
feel any tension in your body? Relax that tension. And that's what you should naturally be in.
Oh, I got no
well, then I'd
problems
be
then.
jelly. I can't do a.
Well,
like
you have
this.
many problems. So maybe the Alexander posture technique is complete quackery. Because if that's the
That's
case...
right. I have heaps of problems. Yeah, right.
I mean, you drive a car lying down.
What does 2 say again? When she gets in the car?
Yeah.
Ghost
is
driver.
Is it on Miss Love setting? And you know what that is? That is the seat down to as far down as it possibly can go.
It's not that far.
Is that because you think it's cool to drive that way?
Yeah.
No, but like, you think that's a joke in Pakistan? It is considered cool. Like, if you drive with an acute angle, like you are,
Well, it's pretty
then
Belvedere.
you are like 80-year-old
Indians drive
grandma.
like this. Well, Pakistanis, they like to drive like this.
If you're a boomer, you drive like this, normal. But if you're a cool dude, you drive like this.
Very, very grease lightning, yeah? Yeah.
Basically, like, if you can see the driver through the window, you're not cool.
Hey, in Pakistan, is there a lot of comedy that's that?
What's...
You see, Indians, they dance like this. The Pakistanis, they dance like this. Does that happen?
Yeah, sure, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I'm hoping.
Yeah, I mean...
Is there stand-up in Pakistan?
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
There's comedy clubs.
But it's like mostly just like there's
Like
this
the
one
Camel
guy
Inn or something.
who's like considered the gold standard of stand-up comedy in Pakistan, but his entire comedy is like just shitting on women. He was like Bill Burr from the '80s, but like his jokes.
He's going to
would
drop
be-
some dimes.
His jokes.
He's not getting cancelled there either.
Yeah, he would start off. He would get on stage like, "Men are supposed to have 4 wives. That's because there are more women on Earth and less men. Simple, guys." And that's not a joke. That's just him justifying his own multiple marriages. But then, and then he's like, you know why? Look around. Most heart attacks are men. Do you know why men die of heart attacks and women don't? It's because when the angel of death comes in late at night to get them, he doesn't recognize them. Why? Because of makeup. Heaps of makeup.
We got to watch this man's special. Why hasn't it been approved for Netflix? They're not into cancel culture, right? Like,
Holy
they
shit.
put that in.
I'm a fan, dude.
Yeah, so his entire thing is just like shitting on bitches.
Yeah,
Well,
well, I mean,
you know.
look, he's doing it. It's really
And he's original.
silly.
Because, I wouldn't say it's funny, but it's original, and that's half the
He
battle.
meant lap up. They laugh so hard that women have to elbow them in the tummy to like calm down.
Damn, Pakistani stand-up.
Oh, man, yeah, that's
Anyway,
not bad.
how is this supposed to be? The first segment is Australian politics.
Yeah, we really screwed up all of our media consultancy that we've had around this podcast, haven't we?
All right, look, the first segment is foreign Prime Minister Scott Morrison skips Parliament to take an overseas trip.
They really need to put that in the headline, former Prime Minister. I think we know. Who's reading that and being
No, dude.
like, who's he? Oh, okay.
It was a long time
I
ago.
look at
Me
his
too.
face now, and I think
forgot.
that man can never be Prime Minister. Forgetting that he was Prime Minister, I was like, hey, he doesn't have it in him. But anyways,
You did think that the entire time that he was there. It was just
Yeah, I
like,
was like, yeah,
surely you're a fill-in, right?
Yeah.
he's your substitute teacher. No, but so he's currently on an overseas trip when he's supposed to be in Parliament.
I love it.
Particularly, it was important for him to be in Parliament because they were supposed to question the Liberal Party about, like on election day, there was a refugee boat that came to Australia.
I did not.
And the border force notified, obviously, the government.
Yeah.
And Scott Morrison was like, well, you've got to release it today.
Right.
You need to put this out in the public. He wanted to screw over the elections. He wanted to have
a Tampa crisis too.
Yeah. So they were supposed to actually question the Liberal Party about that, but he's currently in Japan. Which, let's be real, suits him. He was doing that even when he was the Prime Minister.
I eagerly await Sky News' expose on how Scott Morrison abandoned the country, just like Albo when he went to.
Yeah.
I eagerly await
exactly.
it.
Oh my
Eagerly
God.
await it.
You blow my mind here. It's almost as if Sky News has a slant. They might not be doing
I don't know what you mean by slant, but look, I know that I eagerly await that.
Do you think?
Joe, do you think it was?
And if they're not, if one's not produced, I'll think about writing a letter.
What, to Sky News? Dear Mr. News.
Dear, who owns Sky? Murdoch, right?
I think so.
I reckon he'll take my letter. Dear Mr. Murdoch, I am a humble citizen, not a fan. I don't watch your program. But here's my 2 cents. I think he'll run it on the first page of whatever paper he owns. I forget that too.
P.S. Bring back Piers Morgan.
He's still on.
He's on.
Oh, is he?
Oh, so just make me sound like a complete crackpot. Thanks.
Murdoch already
Just ruined my legitimacy.
Did you know Murdoch's like actually losing it? Like first of all, he paid Piers Morgan $100 million. And Piers Morgan gets like maybe 1,000 views on his.
Can we collectively agree? Can we collectively agree that Piers Morgan sucks?
I don't think we need to collectively agree. I think the world is
collectively agreed.
Right,
upon
okay.
that.
There's nothing redeemable.
This is the problem. And Murdoch and everyone needs to realize this. Piers Morgan is only useful when he's in England amongst other Tories who are culturally left, and he's shitting on Meghan Markle. That's his entire gig.
He's good if he's. You know what would be a good show?
Aside from that, no one cares about.
You know, it'd be a good show.
And people only care about that because like Britain is filled with a lot of boomers that are just like, things have changed. Yeah, Meghan Markle, fuck her. There's a lot of those people, and that's essentially it.
Look, I am as passionate about that as I am about any other political view. Meghan Markle is annoying.
Yeah.
I'm really glad that Piers said that, and that's why he's worth $100 million just for that.
Actually, you know what?
No one was saying it.
Yeah.
Recently, some co-workers of hers from that hit TV show Suits came out and said that after she met Harry, she became arrogant.
Ooh. Shame.
All right, look, now I'm back on Meghan's side. Like, you married a future king of England. I think you can brag about it.
Yeah, but Kate Middleton, on the other hand, she's chill. She's marrying the actual king.
Oh, right. Okay. So
and she's very
thank
humble.
God Harry isn't becoming one. Jesus.
Did you know that when this is such a tabloid point, but did you know when Kate and what's his name, the first guy, Harry's older brother, William, right?
The Dutch.
The Dutch.
The Dutch.
The Von
Pass the Dutchie.
The Duke and Duchess of Cambridge.
The Duchess and the Duchy.
The Duchess,
The douche.
the Dooch, and the Von Dutch creator.
Anyway, my point was, when they got married, they took over this apartment.
Oh, and then he dies in a fire, and the headline is Dutch oven.
If they don't take that, if that's not the headline they go for, someone needs to be laid off.
I mean, come on, dude, the Murdoch tabloids aren't known exactly for being respectful.
Yeah, exactly.
Like they can get away with that.
Yeah, no, and
In this hypothetical world.
Yeah.
Get it done.
Yeah.
anyway, my
Agreed.
point, Kate Middleton did not
Orchestrated so you
ask
do
the
it.
public to pay for her apartment's interior. It was only the exterior that they paid for.
I like Kate. I like the other guy. And I like the kids. And I like the little kid-made faces. I like them.
Yeah, and then she scolded him.
I like it all. I like them.
Well, you like Markle and is it Harry? Now I can't remember.
No. I don't like the one that's like Harry and the other one. I don't like because they're all like, But the other ones I like.
Yes.
Yeah. Did I tell
this
you
has a
that
lot to
I
do with
actually
Scott Morrison.
saw Prince Harry, literally in Holsworthy?
The Stig now is just being like, sorry.
I saw Prince Harry in Holsworthy.
How much DMT were you on?
I did. True story.
How much DMT were you on?
I was not.
No.
This was before he had ended up with Meghan, and he was at the Holsworthy Army Barracks for some tour.
That has to be the shittest tour. I feel sorry for the royal family.
Shit, sorry.
If someone said to you, do you want to go to the Holsworthy Army Barracks?
And I said, hey, Harry. And he said, hey, Packy.
I don't think that actually happened, dude. I'm pretty sure he just walked into Coles and looked at a guy that works at the deli.
He was around other entourage people.
Hey, you want a little bit of trivia? Fucking hell. I really bring this pod down to earth and make it unentertaining. So let me allow me to do that for you.
Bring us down.
Sorry, all this elation and energy, I need to level it out. The guy who pumped our gas for us in the outside of Coffs Harbour Airport used to live in Holsworthy. He was stationed there. And it was one of the only places...
Wait, he was an army guy?
Maybe it was Queensland. Maybe it was Townsville. Yeah, he was an army guy.
And he's now pumping gas?
Pumps gas.
What?
Yeah.
First of all, you don't even have anyone in Sydney that pumps gas for you.
You don't have anyone in the country.
He was the only. He said he was the only one. It might have been. I can't remember what state it was in.
All of Australia.
He said it was the last one in all of Australia.
Why is like a veteran?
I don't know.
That's a shit job.
I know, but fuck,
That's
it was
sad.
Serving the country.
But dude, it was so good. It was such a good feeling. Fuck, it was good.
He was
Unnecessary.
I don't know if I've ever said this before, but Mislav is an old man. It was incredible. He actually used the phrase, I haven't seen this in a while. This brings me back. And you know what else as well? I don't think he has ever
I've never seen that.
I honestly think you don't need that.
Yeah, I
person.
saw it in the movie. Sorry?
You don't need a person to pump your gas.
Don't
Let alone
poo-poo
a
it
poor
till you've done
army
it.
vet.
Don't poo-poo it till you've experienced the joy.
It was pretty cool,
No, but
man.
I don't like the idea of like an ex-Anzac pumping your
But
gas.
he was really...
Yeah, but you just don't like Anzac.
Exactly.
No, I like him.
That actually says a lot because of how disrespectful it must be for you.
No,
to not approve
I
of
am
it.
the one that's saying it's unfair.
No, but here's the thing.
Now you are.
He
'cause
was
the blowback.
But
He's changed, man. You're a sellout.
Here's the thing. He was ultra proud of it because it was like family business. He was the happiest man I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, he was.
Don't feel bad for
Well,
was
him.
maybe
into
because
it.
he wasn't shooting at other people.
probably.
It's like a big up from his job. But
Probably.
I bet you
just-
he probably did just pump gas in the army. I mean, why else is he doing it? It's
Maybe
he's qualified.
he just fucking pumped. Maybe he pumped gas on people and lit them on fire. Oh, that got dark. Sorry,
Friendly
viewers.
fire.
That
It's
got
so
very
unfair
dark.
as well because you liked him more than anyone you've ever talked to. I think
Yeah, I
like you
loved
were
him.
so happy to meet that man.
So good.
I honestly think that you were more impressed by him than if you met Mac DeMarco.
Probably on par. Mac DeMarco is that guy. The same
Yeah.
fucking person. I'm pretty sure that dude, Mac DeMarco's pumped gas. Dude, he did have a job where they just gave him drugs. And they were like, let's see what this does to you.
He was a military experiment.
Yeah. Mac DeMarco, before he made it, one of his jobs was going to like medical research things and then just giving him drugs. And it's just like, okay, that gave you a boner and your hair fell out. Okay, here's $30. He's like, all right.
No wonder he's so appealing to you. That should be what he does. What's in it? You know? One
Yeah,
of those
totally.
people.
Just like gigantism. Sweet taste.
So much wisdom.
Anyway,
He'd be amazing at it.
back to my Scomo's great.
No. I think that was Scomo and his shenanigans.
Sorry, just tell me to shut up.
Wouldn't it be amazing to see Scomo pumping gas at that station?
Far out. That would be... I'd still give it... Look, I'd give him a thumbs up, all right? He's doing his best.
So would I. He's finally
Every
serving the
pound-
country.
Yeah.
One
It's
step
finally giving
closer to
back.
Hawaii.
Yeah.
All right, Joseph Stiglitz, the Nobel Prize-winning economist, was in Australia recently at some point, and he
Why
said
does he like this place
that
so
the
much?
biggest blunder that Australia is making is by not increasing its corporate taxes.
Yeah, but what does he know?
But
Go back to that right-wing think tank guy. He's the smart one.
Yes.
I'm kidding.
No, but
Well,
I
what
don't
does
think
Chris
this is-
Kenny have to say?
I don't
about
think this is particularly smart, though.
Wait,
Don't you
so what
think
does he
if
say?
He says increase the corporate tax.
That's
to-
smart, isn't it?
No, but like the concert. Sorry.
No, you just said Immanuel
Words.
Kant.
Yeah.
Immanuel Kant believes.
No, but like companies are
that's
not
pretty highbrow.
already. They're not paying corporate tax anyways.
Yeah.
Just because you increase the corporate tax doesn't mean that they'll pay more.
So they can still dodge it.
They can still find ways to dodge corporate tax.
I'm learning.
Well,
Which is
that is
what-
exactly what George Bush argued. This guy that you're really into, this geopolitics strategist, started to rub off on you a lot. I'm really glad that guy in Townsville gave you that Michael Parenti book.
Shout that out.
Celebrating communists.
Shout that out.
No,
Actually.
but what I'm saying is increasing corporate. I agree with something that needs to be done. Increasing this windfall profits that these companies are making is only ruining Australia. But the way to do it is not by increasing corporate tax. And I always bring it up. It's that Yanis Varoufakis solution: pay universal basic, not income, dividend. So basically, instead of getting companies to pay a higher share of taxes,
yeah.
because they're already not doing it. The reason why they don't pay, so what happens is, as soon as, let's say, they make $100 million in profit, the way to not give that money in taxes is by investing that $100 million into shares. You can just buy back your own shares, and that will increase the price of your shares, and you don't have to pay tax on it because you have to pay on capital gains, but that only happens if you eventually decide to sell your shares. If you take that money out of shares and buy a property, you're still investing it, so you don't have to pay taxes on it. So the only way to actually get money off of these giant companies is for them to allot a portion, let's say 5% of their shares or 10% of their shares, into a public fund,
Industry
essentially
stupid.
giving everyone the dividend from those shares.
Well,
I'm on board.
man,
I'm on board.
this is very left of field for me, but the did something very similar. Thank you very much.
What was that? What was that empire again?
Look, I've really gotten into this recently, guys. It's called the Byzantine Empire. In fact, actually, they weren't called the Byzantines. They called themselves the Romans.
That's right.
You can learn more about this if you sign up to our Up Late podcast, where I go in depth into the many books that I've read that Miss Love could predict the title of it, because they all have such similar names.
Wait, well, what did they do? How did they?
There was this genius dude, I can't remember his name now, but it was after a long line of just suckholes that did nothing. And then this guy came in and he was from the bureaucracy of the Byzantines, right? And he just reformed the tax system. And it was one of the most genius moves ever because he realized that there was all these traders that weren't paying any tax, and every one was just like, well, yeah, what are we going to do about it? And this was mad. He just forced all of them to take out loans. Isn't that genius? So every trader had to take out a loan and then they had to pay back interest of, I think, 11% or something, which essentially was them paying 11% tax. And also, it increased the merchant fleet so much because they had all this excess money and they had to spend it on something. So what are they going to do? They're going to spend it on expanding their
Dude, that's
trade.
genius.
It's genius.
Yeah, that's genius.
Yeah, forcing someone to take a loan off of
Dude, come on!
Dude, you are sitting there. Oh my God, Ali, that is so arrogant. I can't. Like, you are sitting there saying, here's what we do, guys. We completely restructure the economy. It'll be easy and stuff. So then you're
But
laughing.
like, why are you? So first of all, who's going to give these loans? Banks are going to give these loans. So why are you just making banks more money?
No. You get the treasury. You do a treasury loan. That's how you do it. Okay.
Government
Now
loan.
stop shitting on this man
I don't
from you. You don't have the guts.
I think he's a bit. I think he's a bit out of date, guy.
A bit out of date.
The
Little
disrespect.
bit.
Hey, does this make it feel good about it, Ali? He was also from Greece, and he was also bald like your hero Yanis Varoufakis. Okay, he was just the predecessor. In fact, his whole life is just copying this man. All right, he was the OG.
I mean,
He's not in this
look,
book,
we
by
can
the way,
all
sorry,
agree
just so you-
something has to be done.
Yes, finally, Miss
Okay,
Love.
okay.
All right, good.
We're not so different, really.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, that's the entire premise of my next stand-up show. Now I have to think of a new one.
Don't worry, dude. I'll give you another Von Dutch-esque joke and you'll be fine.
Hey, I've got tickets on sale for Newcastle Cub.
Oh,
Now,
shit.
Also,
Is he on?
Yeah. We're on.
Ali, I've got it. Can you not Google search Yanis Varoufakis? Do you
No.
love that man that much?
I am not Google searching Yanis. I am Google searching a video that Mr. wanted us to play.
Oh, shit. You remembered?
Yeah.
There's 2. We got 2 new...
You sent me one.
No, 2. I sent you 2. There's 2.
Is this from that Indian stoner legend that lives next door to Ali?
I don't know, Visharl, I think.
He
Yeah.
lives next door to me.
He's a legend. Yeah, dude, it's Visharl FM. That dude's just pumping out the memes. And it's funny too because obviously I love everyone who we love you all. This is a you know, communist love fest. We love all you the same. Having said that, I do get a lot of memes from people who I love, who send me memes that pause it, who aren't of the highest quality. And Visharl is just every time boom, boom, boom. Boom.
He's a machine.
I think I'm just good with him. I don't need anyone else.
Yeah, exactly. He's killing it.
So there's 2 videos.
You sent me one, so I'm gonna play that one.
I'll resend them.
But okay,
I'll resend them now.
Do you want to talk about whatever you wanted to talk about? All right, let's listen to this video first.
Yeah, you did the video.
But there's 2.
Oh, okay, well then maybe while you're doing that.
we watch this video.
But I haven't seen
Can you
it.
increase that USB volume thing?
This isn't good. I'm not
that
liking
one.
this. This?
No.
This?
Yeah.
Well, you've already seen it.
No, I haven't.
Haven't you?
No. But it's fine. It's fine. You look.
Well, how are you determining that it's gold? Just off track record.
Maybe I did see it. It was a long time ago. I can't remember.
Well, here it is.
All right, we're gonna watch this one.
All right.
Definitely
There's
not
2.
saying
Just
that
trying to
he's not-
understand it, yeah.
He's trying to do that, but the way he's doing it is not going to work. So what he needs to do is, instead of alienating all of these people that are extracting resources and putting them in jail,
Sausage, bacon, cheese layered on up with the eggs. It is oh so good. And folks, it is easy and will feed a bunch of people. So you better hang on because I'm going to the top of the mountain and get it before you get there.
Can you accept? Accept.
just send it, you've got to email it to me
Okay.
on podcast@friendlyjordies.com.
Okay.
They keep getting more accurate.
So that one's not bad, but the other one, this one's way better. Way better.
All right.
I forget how to email.
Oh my God.
How do you do this
That's
shit?
Your whole job.
You go. Hold on. Oh, here we go. Gmail
He's getting there.
to podcast.
Wow.
That's the one, right? Yeah.
Is it incredible
So
to know that there are a
dead
bunch
air.
of prototype AI
All right.
programs?
Sending. And finishing. Done.
Yeah.
Sent. So now let's do the second one.
Rock on.
But I want to. But I can't hear it. Is that how it goes? Is that
Yeah,
what?
you just have to watch.
Oh, fuck it.
All right, here we go.
Wow, this looks very similar to what...
We're going to collapse. So they requested help from Russia, and Russia sent their
God, it's
troops
going
on the
into
ground. But basically, it all started from a price hike of petrol. In a nutshell, you're going to see a...
And today I want to talk to you about 5 signs that you may be in a relationship with someone who has autism.
One of these is because of COVID. Like the contracting economies of a lot of these countries it sort of brings forward the worst elements that want to bring down the governments and stuff. But this is also linked to the Russian and American...
That's supposed to be a pod upload exclusive. That was between friends.
So, Ukraine, there's a whole bunch of stuff happening. It's all interconnected in geopolitics. But what's happening is that Ukraine is becoming a center point for American or NATO versus Russian. They're currently negotiating an agreement.
Get
but
what this is.
Uncle Bart, said Limpy, why do humans hate us? Uncle Bart looked down at Limpy and smiled fondly. Stat me, Limpy, he chuckled. You are an idiot.
And does he do it every time?
good.
They're getting better. They're fucking getting better. Who's reading?
How does he know these deep cuts?
And who's reading Toad Rage on YouTube? Holy shit!
We have to find that woman and thank her.
No, it's a man.
That was a man?
I don't know,
Yeah.
dude. I gotta say, Miss Urano was a deep cut. Your reaction,
too deep.
your reaction.
Too deep.
I don't know how he didn't get you this time, but fuck. So brutal. You copped it so hard.
Yeah, you copped it really hard. Two's one was
2-1.
so good.
It's just so fucking funny. I don't know. And such a polite doctor being like, 5 signs of autism. Okay, like so polite and like caring.
You know what? I'm going to have to watch that YouTube video to see if I'm ticking the boxes or not.
I think we'll all tick him. Fuck. Holy shit.
all right,
Well, keep the memes coming.
I'll give Visharl more content by going back into the Ukraine and Russia crisis once again.
Please.
Oh,
Yeah.
let's do it. But first off, can we
Because
just
there's
acknowledge the gifts first, Ali?
Oh
please?
yeah, let's do that. Let's do that first. All right.
I have a gift, but I left it at home.
What a surprise.
Yeah.
So, the first one is this guy from Townsville came up to me and said, I feel that Ali's communist roots are starting to get uprooted. And so he gave me this book by Michael Parenti called Black Shirts and Reds. And I don't know anything else about it, but he was saying that this will rekindle the fire for you, Ali, because I think he's right. I think you've been watching that guy too much. I don't know. Is he the reincarnation of Reagan? You know, like
Which one?
exactly which one? Because that's the hole that you're down, Ali, and that's not your place in life. You have to be sitting there telling us about surplus value and why it's a bad thing.
No surplus value.
Is it a good thing?
It's not a good thing or a bad thing. It just needs to go to the right person.
Well, I'm really glad by your reaction to that book. It seems like you're going to enjoy it a lot.
I'll read it.
He's gone more.
This is my sort of introduction to Michael Parenti because this is the first book of his that I've wanted to read.
Have you?
I haven't read the Media Bias one.
But you watched him, right?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen him on YouTube and shit.
What do you think? Not as good as this Reagan guy.
No, he's good. He's great.
Reagan
He's
guy.
very good. I just got off of that indoctrination phase in 2014, so it wasn't as appealing, but still very good.
He's going to enjoy it.
Right. Okay. Sorry.
I'm
I
gonna
just
get
kind of
it.
felt like your brain just froze for a second then.
No, I will read it.
I'm friends with AI.
I'll give you guys a book review of this for sure. It's a small book. I'm reading a huge fucking book which is about Jerusalem's history. So I don't know. Maybe I'll
man,
switch.
What is it with you and shit films from the noughties and like really into religion despite the fact that you are the most atheist man to have ever come out of
No,
Pakistan?
it's not about religion. It's a history of Jerusalem since the beginning
How
of
can
time.
it not be about religion?
So many religions, not just one.
Hey, that's what I'm saying. You're just into it. I really, like, nothing on earth. There's two things that bore me to no end. Philosophical discussions, which is why I don't know the difference between Aristotle and Plato and just made an ass of myself on Neil's podcast the other day. And then the other one is religion. Theologian discussions. I don't know how anyone stays awake.
Well, think about it this way.
You know what? This is the whole thing. You were born in the wrong part of the world. You should have been born in Greece.
Can I pitch the significance of theology to you? It's really
As
simple.
long as it's in depth.
Yes,
It's
please.
it's not in depth at all. Consider this. You know,
That's long.
when you go to a university today, you can do a million different courses on a whole host of different fields.
Yeah.
Consider this. Before the age of reason, every person, every intellectual in the world was focusing on one discipline, which is theology and religious studies. So you can imagine the wealth of wisdom that exists in that study.
Is there any wisdom in it?
Yes, there is.
Or is it just like, stop making pictures of God?
You think,
no, keep going.
You think that, that the picture of Buddha sitting like this, or sitting like this is just
The
a
Miss Love
trivial
pose.
pose. No. There's a whole reasoning as to why he looks at the heavens in this way or he points to the floor that way.
The Bodhi tree.
There are hundreds of years of text written on this particular point.
Is it a schism in Buddhism?
I can't even remember. It was something to do with like that particular incarnation of Buddha or whatever was like interested in the heavens and the other one was interested in hell or something like that. But anyway, it doesn't matter. The point is, religion is still important, even in today's world. But we'll move to Ukraine and Russia.
Ali, you're jumping the gun.
It's another one.
Oh yeah, sorry. There's another one.
I know what this is, but
You know what this is, but I really want to get this moment caught on camera because of how truly crappy it is. But look, we were laughing about it heaps. Everybody, just quickly Google, because we are not tech savvy enough to do this, but just look up a picture of that water spirit in Spirited Away. You know, the one that came in as mud gunk, and then they pulled some junk out of it, and then it turned into like some old man that went, and ran out and I think ripped them off, like didn't pay properly or something. It's him again. His promise of steaks, and then as soon as you bite on them, they disappear. That was it. And so I was just like, look, I'm getting him that as a constant stern reminder of who he is at his core, which is that old man water spirit.
Oh my God.
And here it is.
Holy shit. Oh, what the hell?
What is that?
Hold on.
It's a figurine of that water spirit.
Oh.
Holy shit.
And it came with this box as well, which I also think is somewhat
away from
neat.
the camera angle.
Sorry about that. There's no need to
Dude, it's aptly crummy. Apt. Extremely apt. I love it. Yeah.
give it a show the people.
Yeah. I don't even know how it goes in the stand.
Yeah, neither do I. I don't think it does.
Oh my God.
Is there a missing piece? This cost $100.
That's insane.
Is this the missing piece? The box?
Holy shit.
Is it just supposed to come out going like, yeah? It does that every night at some point, just while you're sitting there watching TV.
Dude, you're an absolute sweetheart. I love it. And I'll return the favor next week.
No, I'm sure you won't.
I will.
He's going to get you lettuce.
No, I've got
Which,
something.
in today's world, is a good gift.
I actually have
not
something.
anymore. Hey, like I went to
Oh, yeah,
Coles
they're
and I was
back.
like, yeah.
Dude,
Are they
also,
back?
do you know what's really cheap?
But KFC's just keeping the cabbage.
Yeah. Do you know what's really
Margins.
cheap at the moment? Avocados.
Sweet.
How much?
They're probably in like
They're
$1.20.
$1 each.
Aren't they always $1?
Nah, they can go to 2, 3,
Yeah.
4 sometimes.
Yeah, it's true.
And actually, someone was like, Jordan, I don't know, I'll go back to Ukraine, but I was watching this fitness guru, and he, first of all, was calling avocado cream fruit for some reason. But anyways, aside from that, he was saying that, you know how they say an apple a day keeps a doctor away?
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's like they were wrong about apple. It's actually
Thank you,
avocado.
dude.
You've got to eat avocado
dude.
daily.
Well, I'm screwed. I can't do it.
I love it. I'm done.
I despise avocado.
I love
I think it's
avocado.
got like all the good fats or something. So I thought I'd like.
Dude,
check
this
that with
is
you.
They're
missing.
not wrong. It's great for you.
This is missing a piece. But I still,
All right,
it's
that's it. I'm looking in the box.
No, come back. No, now. Jordan, come back. We'll do it later.
dude, I absolutely love it. It's the coolest thing.
It's missing.
It's missing, but that is the coolest thing ever. I'll blue tack it on.
It doesn't seem to work.
Yeah, I'll blue tack it on and
Then
just
there's
sit there
so
and
much
go.
missing.
No. I'll blue tack him on there, and that's his little yeah thing to stay. It's funny because I remember when you bought it, and I was expecting like something this big, as big as your Byzantine thing.
Yeah.
But it's almost apt that it just looks like a little sperm. Dude, it's mad.
This book is also missing something.
What?
Quality.
Oh.
I'm kidding. I'm joking.
Can I take this home, or should I live here?
Yeah, of course. Well, like, I
Sick.
really don't want that in the office. There's enough stupid toys.
Dude, thank you. Dude,
Speaking of,
you're a
where's
king.
that Constantine
You're a
the
king.
11th? I'm sorry. He's coming back.
Yeah, put him back. But you're our king, and I will return the favor next week. That's really cool. Don't you think that is me, though?
Yeah, it is. It kind of looks like you too.
Yeah, I know. It's me. It's fucking me. Yeah. Hey, what about MJ?
Yeah.
I mean, if we
No, not MJ. We had MJ.
No, but
blocked the entire frame.
but if we're getting big historical figures, I mean, this guy's just some Jesus wannabe.
Yeah, this guy's bigger.
He's bigger than Jesus. That's really cool. There you go.
All right. Now you've blocked the screen.
Has to be done. He's larger than life, Ali.
right, okay,
dude, Jordan, you're a sweetheart. You're an
Thank
absolute
you.
sweetheart.
Thank you for this, Drew.
No worries, boy. Well, you don't seem to give a fuck.
No, I
In
do.
fact,
I
you
do.
actually really
Dude,
hate
it's
that
so
book.
freaking thin that I will read this. Trust me.
Dude, and I will look at this every day, and maybe it'll motivate me to be a little better in life. Probably not though, but let's try it. Let's try it.
All right, let's talk about Russia and Ukraine and the U.S. So,
Can't we talk about Pakistan?
We can do
I'll
both.
do both.
Let's do both.
Well, let me do the Russia one first, and then we'll go to Pakistan.
Okay.
Okay, so Biden was recently in Saudi Arabia, which was a big deal because for the last 5 years, Saudi Arabia has been pissed off at the U.S. because they haven't been supporting them in the war in Yemen, and the U.S. is pissed off at Saudi Arabia because the people of the U.S. are pissed off at Saudi Arabia. And they make the killing of the journalist Khashoggi as one of the reasons. They're saying that that is the reason for Saudi Arabian human rights violations, when Saudi Arabia has been violating human rights since, like, I don't know, the beginning when the House of Saud was formed. So anyways, what I'm trying to say is that geopolitics was moving away from the unbreakable bond between the U.S. and Saudi Arabia, because U.S. at one point had wanted Saudi Arabia's oil, and now they don't want Saudi Arabia's oil because they have their own, so they're just kind of like telling them to go fuck off. But all of a sudden, Biden is now in Saudi Arabia and wooing the royal family again, to the point where he's getting flack for it from his constituents in the U.S. that are saying, what are you doing in Saudi Arabia? But he's still over there because of Russia and Ukraine. So what's happening is, look, when the whole Russia, Ukraine, all the sanctions began, I was at least switching because I didn't have the data. We didn't know what exactly was happening, how the war was going, how the sanctions were playing out. But now we have some data. And so I was researching essentially the question, how successful are these sanctions? And I discovered something, and I kind of then discovered why Biden is in Saudi Arabia. So initially, when the sanctions came in, Russia suffered a lot. But now they're kind of all right. They've learned to adapt to these sanctions. So every day, Russia makes about $1 billion in its sale of oil and gas every single day. And the sanctions are costing them, this is an estimate, about less than $100 million a day.
That sucks.
Which sucks. So and the reason why this is happening is because the sanctions have coincided with and caused in some ways this exorbitant price of fuel and gas in the world, right? So at the time when US and the Western world was putting sanctions on Russia, the demand for oil was just skyrocketing. So Russia has just diverted its sales from Europe to Asia. So what's happened is that Western countries, or the first world countries, have sided with the US and said, okay, we're going to work hard to not buy Russian oil and gas, except for Europe that has agreed to oil and gas to a certain extent, or to oil to a certain extent, but not gas, because if they reject Russian gas, they're screwed. So they're like, we can't do anything about gas. So then all you were left with was oil. And as soon as the sanctions put, Russia immediately offered discounted rates of oil, and every emerging country in the world was like, yeah, we suck your dick for it. Like, anything you need. Like, countries like Sri Lanka, Pakistan were basically defaulting because of the high commodity energy prices. So it's really, really like they desperately want Russian oil. So Russian oil is being sold just as much as it was before. The only difference is that their markets have sort of changed a little bit.
Right.
So this has not had, so any sanctions that the US and the Western world is putting on Russia is not having the desired effect. They're still doing fine. So I'll give you an example. This year, Russian economy would have dropped by 10%, which is huge. However, that's just for this year. And this is because of the introduction of the sanctions and them having to figure out how to actually adapt to them. From next year onwards, they're projecting that Russia's economy is going to go down by 1.3% to 1% to 0.8% and then move back towards positive, even with all of these sanctions intact.
Yeah.
And so the U.S. is like, okay. And not only that, Russia initially in the Ukraine war was losing because they sort of went straight towards Kiev, wanted to take over all of Ukraine, and they suffered heavy losses from it. But now, old reports from the battlefield are essentially saying that Russians are gaining about 1 to 2 kilometers of Ukrainian territory per day, to the point where today Russia is in control of 20% of Ukrainian territory. And so now the entire focus of Ukraine at the moment is how do we stall them until winter when it becomes difficult for them to wage this war. And then the Russian side is saying that works in our favor because as soon as it gets that chilly, cold Ukrainian weather, we're going to bomb the shit out of your power plants so that you aren't able to supply gas. Essentially, you're not unable to supply warmth to your people, and that's going to have a negative psychological impact, and it's going to be easier for us to take over. So either way, Ukraine is stuck in this horrible situation where they're losing territory every day, and the best case scenario is that they're able to resist Russia, and then at some point magically gather the strength to not only resist them, but to go on the offensive and take back the territories that they've already lost. So, and this is a really long game. And how the West can help them? By two ways. One is to cripple the Russian economy through sanctions, which it's unable to do. And second, to supply weapons to Ukraine to be able to fight this war. On both fronts, on the sanction fronts, it's getting clear that Europe is actually losing more than Russia from these sanctions. And the weapons stuff, it's just late because you need to train the Ukrainians. It's going to take a long time for them to be able to be in that situation where they can actually utilize these extra weapons in a way that will push back the Russians. So Biden is in Saudi Arabia to basically tell the king that please start producing a lot more oil, because the only way we can actually put pressure on Russia is to bring the price of oil down so that emerging countries, third world countries, aren't desperate for Russian discounted oil, and the price is at a low level. So then we can convince them not to buy from Russia and to buy from Middle East. And so there's huge global plan going on. And again, United States finds Saudi Arabia as a key player in that. So they're now back to Saudi Arabia, convincing them to do this. Saudi Arabia is like, why should we listen to you? You abandoned us for the last 5 years when you realized that you're self-sufficient in oil. And now that you need our oil again for this global sort of rebalancing thing, you're back here. So they've basically asked Biden, okay, fine, but you're going to have to support us in Yemen. You're going to have to bomb them like you used to back in the day when Iran would mess with us. And the U.S. is now in a situation where on the geostrategic level, they have to negotiate this. And in the United States, there is literally no appetite to support Saudi Arabia. So if Biden helps Saudi Arabia in the war in Yemen, he is most definitely going to lose the elections. If Biden doesn't do that with Saudi Arabia and lets Russia sort of maintain its economy because of the high prices of oil and gas, then he loses the Cold War in Europe.
Win-win.
So pretty much there's just no way of Biden winning the next election.
We'll see. It depends on like who the candidate is, but there's just every opinion poll after opinion poll is demanding U.S. governments, whether it be Republicans or Democrats, to move away from Saudi Arabia. Now, you know what's the funny thing about this? And I know before people start prosecuting me and saying shit. Saudi Arabia is actually getting better. Day by day. They're getting better. They're opening up their economy. They're actually recognizing Israel. Sorry, not opening up opening up their economy and opening up their society. Tourism in Saudi Arabia has become a lot easier. This would have been unthinkable a couple of decades ago, where the biggest villain of the Western world, MBS, Mohammed bin Salman, the crown prince of Saudi Arabia, is actually trying to create a little Dubai-like place in Saudi Arabia where they would have their proposals that there would be alcohol, there would be like just a tourist den, kind of like Bali is, but in Saudi territory. This is unthinkable. So what I'm saying is, when Saudi Arabia was at its worst, the U.S. was supporting it in every which way. And now that, according to my estimate, not that they're perfect, but they're moving in a better direction, the U.S. is abandoning Saudi Arabia, so making it difficult for the progressive lobbies in Saudi Arabia to reform their country because of the U.S. moving away. Anyways, I want to give you guys a little snapshot of the immense problems that Biden faces, and also the immense problems that Europe faces at the moment. Europe is screwed, dude. They've rejected the oil from Russia to a large extent, diverted their... they started buying it from the Middle East, skyrocketing the prices. And in terms of gas, which Russia makes a killing out of, if Europe stops taking that gas from Russia, they have serious power outages. In fact, things have gotten to such an extent where the gas, initially, it was Europe putting pressure, West Europe putting pressure on Russia, that if you don't do what we say, we're going to slowly wean off your gas, to the point where today Russia is putting pressure on Europe by slowly putting down the gas supply. So they're making the excuse that the sanctions have made the gas to Western Europe unfeasible because we aren't able to update the infrastructure required. But it's basically a pressure tactic on Europe saying, like, because of the high prices of oil, we are in a position where we can actually reduce your gas supply, and you're not in a position to reduce your gas supply and reduce dependency on us. So things are really... This is... basically, this... And Russia, on the other hand, in terms of the war in Ukraine, has a very... They've stopped this whole... They don't care about human rights. They don't care about nothing. Now, this is their strategy, miss. Before they're about to launch and take over a particular area, they get their jets and their heavy artillery to bomb the shit out of that place first. Dude, they do not care whether it's civilians, it's hospitals. They've gone off of that bandwagon now because they're really looking at conquering Ukraine. So they bomb it, which they call softening the target. So then they soften the target by bombing it, and then they eventually take over. So the Ukrainians... only after the place has been bombed to rubble can come and fight with Russians. And at the moment, they are being... Not that they don't have the motivation, they're just being outgunned.
Yeah.
Russians just have more artillery, more weapons, more bullets. And the new weapons that they're trying to get from America and Western Europe, they're not trained on yet.
Shazbot, dude.
What's his name? Zelensky. And this tells you that things in Ukraine are getting desperate. Zelensky has recently changed most of the cabinet and key generals that were fighting this war, which tells you, just like Russia had in the initial phase, when they tried to attack Kiev and got their ass kicked by Ukrainians, they changed their generals. Changing your generals and changing your cabinet is clear sign that there's something going wrong. Otherwise, why would you do it?
Yeah, of course.
And Zelensky is doing the same thing. And Russia is now doomed for not months of more war, but years of more
war. So all that footage on like TikTok about being like, look, this babushka's shooing away this Russian tank with a broom. That was all bullshit.
Are you basically saying that Russia is losing?
Yeah.
Russia initially was losing.
Yeah.
But then they changed their strategy.
Right.
And they started attacking from the peripheries of the Donbass where they do have some support. And instead of just like going straight for the heart, which was key.
Right.
So they got pushed back pretty badly. They reorganized themselves. Now they're not going for Kiev. They're slowly eating up Ukraine, which they're finding success in. There's some recent reports, and when I say recent, I mean literally recent, like in the last week or so, that certain weapons from the West have now made it to Ukraine and they're now in use, which is helping them. But it's hard to tell how much of that is trying to spin the story for morale and how much of that is legit. We'll find out what happens, but at the moment, like I said, the accounts that I've read, Russia is eating about 1 to 2 kilometers of territory every day.
Shit.
And if this continues, it's a matter of months before they reach half of Ukraine.
Doesn't sound good. Doesn't sound good for anyone.
It doesn't sound good for anyone, which is why I've been advocating this, that Ukraine, it's too late now. Things are over their head. But like before this war had started, before Russia has invaded Ukraine, again, I'm not saying Russia are good guys. They're clearly the bad people. They don't care about civilian targets. They don't care about human rights. But to avoid this, Russia shouldn't have taken the U.S.'s bait of trying to join NATO. And now Ukraine...
You mean Ukraine shouldn't have taken...
Yeah, Ukraine shouldn't have taken the U.S.'s
bait.
And
that's
now
the thing,
Ukraine really needs to come with some sort of settlement. The problem is it's too late for a settlement immediately. This war will have to continue for a little bit.
Do you reckon they could? Do you reckon they could split Ukraine in half, kind of thing, and just?
That's one of the scenarios that the U.S. Now it just depends on Russia, because U.S. has sort of done what it could. They've what's that like? What else can the U.S. do at this point aside from waging direct war against Russia? And they won't do that because of the nuclear threat and everything. So they can just keep doing what they're doing at the moment. But it's not going to be effective because, like I said, the sanctions that
they're not going to have it.
They're not working. Like, or they are working, but to a point which is so minimal. So
I didn't know that the world was so dependent on Russian oil and gas. Like, if someone
the world wasn't
right,
Europe was
right,
and once Europe stopped taking oil from Russia, then there were other markets that were willing to buy it at a discounted price.
From Russia. Who? China.
China, India, any third world country in the world that can buy oil. Because currently, you look at countries like Sri Lanka, which are defaulting because of this issue. They're run out of US dollars because the price of oil was so high, which coincided with coronavirus and their tourist economy getting slashed, that they literally have no dollars to buy oil. So if Russia comes in and says 30% off, you have to be a moron to say no to that. And when Biden or U.S. says, don't buy Russian oil, Sri Lanka would just be like, dude, I am starving here. Like, what the fuck? Unless you can buy me, you can find me some other seller that would be willing to sell it for the same rate, I'm going to buy it.
You reckon that Biden is regretting the NATO push, the initial NATO push?
I don't know if Biden is, but American sort of political establishment should really, but they don't care. It's because at the end of the day, America isn't losing out. Who's losing out? Ukraine is losing out.
Europe.
And Europe is losing out to a certain extent. And poor countries that depend on cheap fuel are losing out heavily. So
it kind of is another version of it is another version of America just invading Iraq, except by proxy. It's the same shit, isn't it? It's just kind of being like this war that fucks a lot of people, the globe, right?
It's the same. It is. And now you know what else has happened? The grain export. Ukraine is a big producer of grain.
Didn't know that either.
And now what's happened is that has become a bargaining chip for the negotiations of the war. So Ukraine is saying that we aren't able to export grain because Russia is bombing certain infrastructures that is vital to it.
Yeah.
Russia is saying that they're not exporting grain because they know that they want to keep it as a bargaining tactic. And who's suffering? Dirt poor countries that depend on grain to literally meet their calorie intake.
So hectic, eh?
That's
ridiculous. My closing statement.
It's ridiculous. But like we were so excited about Ukraine beating Russia's ass when this Ukrainian invasion happened.
Well,
we kept egging on without realizing what we're asking for.
It's not that surprising if you think about it, where it's at now,
Negotiate what? Russia's demands were insane. Yeah, that's one of the comments. Negotiate what? Russia's demands were insane. It's true. Russia wanted you
to take Ukraine.
Not to take Ukraine. Initially, they wanted Ukraine to side with Russia, and or at least be neutral. And Ukraine said that no, we're a sovereign country, and we decide what we want for our country, which is understandable and admirable. But certain countries, and this is realism. Certain countries don't have that luxury.
Yeah, totally. It's like the renewable energy argument. It's kind of like the third world has to lead the way. It's like, really? They can't eat. I think the first world has to lead the way, and like,
no. Like, look, when it comes to renewable energy, it's cheaper than just getting depending on Russia.
Yeah,
for their own geopolitical reasons, deciding to give you cheap oil.
It's not cheaper like that.
Huh?
It's not. You can't just go like, ping, and then like a green elf's just like the power of trees. Like the transition would be long and hard for like India and Sri Lanka and these kind of countries, right?
It wasn't. I thought it actually was. The green elf does exist.
Nah.
It
exists, but he's like
the one that took damn.
He doesn't exist.
For rich people.
The green elf exists
for rich countries too. It's expensive.
The
transition is expensive.
The green elf exists.
I think wasn't the whole point that the amount of subsidies that you put into oil and gas, if you just diverted that into renewable energy, you'd just be living in some kind of super.
A lot of third world countries aren't giving subsidies to oil and gas because
the infrastructure's not, and the infrastructure's not there.
So it works for rich countries. So if you were talking about like the U.S., Australia, that makes complete sense. The amount of subsidies that you're, but if you're talking about like dirt poor countries, there's not a lot of subsidies to go around anyways.
What are they spending all their money on, these poor countries?
They don't have
literally keeping their countries intact. Keeping a military that's functioning so they can fight off rebellions that occur every time the news headline says that the country is at the verge of collapse. Every sort of like rebel group in that area wants to, take over at that point.
Dude, if you were the head of one of those countries that was so poor, wouldn't you just be like, all right, I'm firing everyone in the government and I'm investing in Bitcoin?
Actually,
dude, Bitcoin just crashed like crazy.
Yeah, but
El Salvador did that. El Salvador did that.
Yeah.
They've got this new leader who was like, I am Gen Y leader, and hence we're going to peg our currency to Bitcoin.
Yeah, and it crashed.
And people were like, ooh, is this the smartest move or is this the dumbest move? And then, like Miss Love said, Bitcoin price collapsed.
Fuck.
And now he's screwed as well.
Yeah, but this is the whole thing. Like, you're screwed anyway. He had a shot.
No, respect the shot. I respect the shot. I respect the shot.
Well, I mean, that's a very Gen Y thing to say.
It's a dumb shot.
It's just like, you died trying in this very romantic
thing.
It's like, it's not even romantic.
No, it's just
like,
it was a gamble.
Dumb.
He played craps and he lost.
Yeah.
All right, can I also...
Fuck.
If you're still...
There's got to be better investment strategies than just, like, asking Russia for spare oil.
Not
like,
the third world, man. The third world
those aren't investment strategies.
Poor.
Those are survival strategies.
Like, what's Pakistan going to do?
How the fuck is my ambulance going to go from point A to point B? I need oil. So people aren't buying Russian discounted oil because they're like, ooh, investment. They're buying it because they're like, I desperately need it and I can't afford the price of oil at the moment. Can I give you an update on the Pakistani situation, which ties into it? Because
finally.
So
Can I guess?
Only country outside of Australia I care about.
They're also fucked.
Pretty bad.
No, that's not. No, Ali, you're just being negative.
No, dude. I'm telling you.
I'm gonna pee. I'm gonna pee.
Because there's.
No, don't do it here. Go to the toilet.
I will.
I don't know who's going to use that.
What, the can?
I don't know. You just said, I'm going to pee, and then you just kind of lean back in your chair.
Jeez. So, do you remember?
Today, Jack.
Well, if we get to enough patron subscribers.
Oh, for sure.
Obviously.
Yeah, by the way, join.
Miss Level piss his pants if we get 10 more subs on Patreon.
No.
Well, I'll do it.
Give me my dignity. Add another 0.
All right, 100 for Miss, 10 for me.
They're saying you're escaping the chat to avoid
I'm not. I just have to piss.
politics.
I'm not.
He's not coming back.
He's not coming back. He's left. He's gonna sit. He's gonna be on his phone in the bathroom while he takes a shit.
And also, guys, just so you know, I also have to give you a quick update on my aquarium. I've got some pea puffers, okay? So if anyone knows what that is, and they're, look, it's a rare fish, okay? And I've got them. And also, coincidentally, they're from somewhere that's close to Pakistan, India. There you go. There's a nice little tie-in for you.
Interesting. Close, yet so far.
Yeah, if they're hard to get in Australia, can you imagine how possible they would get to in Pakistan?
Yeah. Okay, so I will give you a recap. There's a lot happening in Pakistan politics, but I'm going to give you a recap from where we last spoke about it, which was Imran Khan was the prime minister.
No, that wasn't the last update.
What was the last update?
Imran Khan was booted out and he was throwing a huge tantrum.
His tantrums have worked.
Yes.
So what happened is, again, because of the fucking oil prices, it's having effects on so much. Coronavirus and Ukraine war have changed the fates of many countries, including Pakistan. So he was the prime minister.
Yeah, well, we
he
know
was brought
that.
in by the military. There was a no confidence motion against him. The opposition basically said that let us come back to the military, let us come back, and we will fix the economic problems. The military was like, maybe this is a good idea because Imran Khan's personality is so difficult for us to mold. They basically wanted him to do whatever they were saying, and Imran Khan was like, I'm not for that life. So they booted him out. But as soon as they booted him out, the oil price and the commodity prices skyrocketed to the point where Pakistan had the exact same issue as Sri Lanka. Not as bad as Sri Lanka, but the same issue, which was that there was a balance of payment issue, that there were more imports than there were exports. So they were running out of Australian dollars. They were running out of foreign money, US dollars. And the oil prices skyrocketed. And so they were paying way more. So the inflation coupled with just depreciating standard of living worked in Imran Khan's favor. Because he was like, yeah, you wanted to get them in? This is what they do. All of this is caused by political instability. The military...
How right is he on that?
Not really. To some point, yes. He's right.
If Imran Khan was prime minister, would petrol prices be cheaper?
He doesn't control petrol prices. Globally, petrol prices are controlled.
Well,
but what I will say...
No, wait. How is he right?
But it would have been better if he was the president, if he was prime minister, because part of the problem today is the political instability, where both factions are fighting against each other, and that's causing business or whatever, the consumer...
Business confidence.
Yeah, business confidence to go down. So if Imran Khan was still the prime minister, that wouldn't have caused it. So things would have been better, obviously. But what happened was, when the new government came in...
Who was he again?
The new government? It was the coalition. The new prime minister is Shehbaz Sharif, who is the younger brother of the ex-prime minister Nawaz Sharif. But basically, it's Imran Khan versus everyone else. That's the situation.
Yeah.
And he's winning. So now, I'll tell you what happens.
He's such an alpha.
So this is what happens. So the new government comes in.
Yeah.
The new government is like, they have to constantly increase prices of everything. The public is getting pissed off, and Imran Khan is completely using this for him. The military is still on the side of the opposition because they don't want Imran Khan. What happens is a lot of people within Imran Khan's party switch sides and move to the opposition. Imran Khan says that this isn't right. You can't cross bench. This is illegal because I decide, because I'm the head of the party, I decide what our policy is. So you can't have a dissenting vote in parliament, which is different to Australia, where you can cross floors for certain votes. This was a gray area within the legal system, so it ended up going to the Supreme Court, which is their version of the High Court, to decide on the matter. And the Supreme Court, I suppose, was slightly in favored Imran Khan, and they said he's right. So not only do the votes that his party members casted against his party are invalid, but now those parliamentarians are disqualified, and there would need to be by-elections. And there'll be elections, and then new members would be voted in. And if Imran Khan's party members win, then obviously they'll side with him. And if the opposition party wins, their members win, then
they'll side with Imran Khan.
They'll side with the other side. However, and the general consensus in the polity was that Imran Khan cannot win these votes, because now he cannot win these by-elections because he doesn't have the support of the army, which was helping him from the get-go. Part of the reason why he became the prime minister was because the army helped him. But something happened where the public, the general Pakistanis were pissed off that that Imran Khan was thrown out of the government. So they came in droves and they voted for Imran Khan's party, and he won 16 out of the 20 seats. So clearly the mandate was with, and everyone realized, holy shit, the tide has changed. This guy is now a very popular leader.
What's the approval rating?
They haven't done any studies. They haven't done any.
How have they not done this?
But it doesn't. It doesn't matter. Like, the elections are the biggest example, and clearly he is the man of the people at the moment. So now the military is scared because it's literally him versus everyone else, and the public is supporting him. So
are you happy about this?
It's interesting. It's interesting because he is going on the offensive, and anyone that goes against the military gets their ass whooped. Except this guy now has some popular support to back him up.
God,
so, but now,
who'd have thought that cricket would beat the military?
And so now there's consistent infighting, and Imran Khan is trying to take over the government of one of the biggest provinces, Punjab, and he is.
What's Punjab again? Which one's
North
that?
India?
It's Lahore, where we were, and the capital is Islamabad. Like, it's the biggest. It's 60% of the country.
It's 60%, one province.
And so now the opposition, where Imran Khan now has majority of the seats, so technically he should be able to form government, but the opposition did him dirty. And they, there's a whole long story, but basically they convinced one guy who was the head of one of the coalition members of Imran Khan to side with them. So the coalition member, who the leader, is siding with the opposition, the anti-Imran Khan party, and his entire party supports Imran Khan. But because of that Supreme Court verdict where the leader of the party has to agree with the vote being counted, Imran Khan is being deprived of the government in Punjab. It's a really technical political matter, but either way, the country is in chaos. Instability is going berserk. Every day, Imran Khan, hundreds of thousands, millions of people come out in Imran Khan's support on the streets, and the government is still dominated.
Poor people? Or just still the middle class?
Middle class, and now it seems after these by-election wins that even the poor are with him.
So he actually has a once-in-a-lifetime shot of doing something in Pakistan.
Maybe. I'm coming there because it's unbelievable. Like, he is one man against everyone else, and he is kind of winning.
And you doubted him.
I did doubt him.
Yeah, so
we'll see
it
what
turns out that
happens
you're
now.
wrong. Just like all your analysis on the Ukraine, apparently, according to 10 snarky comments on YouTube.
But the problem with all of this is there's such instability, and Pakistan is on the verge of an economic collapse. So they really need
Khan.
They really need stability, whether it be Khan or someone else. And currently, the military is now reassessing what the situation is.
Don't you reckon that he would just smash it even more? Yeah, go on.
Read that statement.
Pakistan, number one country in the world at smacking goats with sticks. Number one.
And you tried to hide this from us.
Yeah, I tried to hide this from you guys.
Like that is, I'm so, it is truly remarkable. It seems like everything in the world is working as it should be, except for Joe Biden. That's about it. But it just seems like so many countries are finally getting a break.
No, it's because coronavirus crippled economies, and then the rise of commodity prices and fuel prices have made it the economy was already down, and then the cost of running the economy drastically increased. So a lot of the countries in the world are facing an unstable period.
Don't you think he'd smash it even more in the elections if it was just a picture of him in his full cricket suit get up as cricket captain, and it was just 2 words plastered everywhere in Pakistan? Fuck India.
Dude, you know what he said?
I think I'm going to go for get it. But that's still good. I thought you were going to go for get it, but that's pretty good.
Get it? Why?
Just, I don't know.
Just that's your slogan pitch. What would you make it? What would you make his slogan re-election pitch? You're probably more qualified than us.
I don't know what his slogan
Cheap
is,
petrol.
but I'll tell you one more
goats
thing
getting
that he
whacked.
said.
Yeah.
More goat whacking.
The military was asked, Why are you supporting one party over the other? And the military was saying that we are neutral. We don't support any one particular party. And Imran Khan was like, neutral? Animals are neutral, you idiot.
He said that?
He's saying side with me. He's like, for him, there's good and evil. And he says only animals are neutral. People side with good and against evil. So he's pressurizing the military to support him again by calling them animals. This is in a country where if you say anything about the military, you get arrested straight away.
Shit.
It is truly remarkable how he's able to just bend reality to his will. He is Neo in the Matrix. This man is the most impressive world leader.
Boris Johnson.
Whoever the Prime Minister of Barbados is.
He's a ballsy one. I tell you that. He's a ballsy one. And he is an excellent campaigner for his cause.
Yeah.
He knows how to spin. He knows how to get everyone to focus on him and voice his agenda.
Well, speaking of, I have a game that I think you guys would be very interested in.
Whack the goat.
It's just I don't have one available at the moment. But that's great, and if anybody does have a goat available for us that they don't mind getting abused, just chuck him in. We'll go light, but it's called Shapes. All right, so here's what the whole game is. We're going to try and make the most interesting shape we can, and then Twitch is going to vote on who has the most interesting pose.
That's why you make the big box.
Yeah. See, this is all this, like, you spend all your time in your books, Ali. All right? It's time to get into your body. This is what Alexander Posture Technique taught me. All right? You're just a floating head.
Okay, so we all make like a pose in the audience.
At the same time?
Whose pose is the best? Is that
Yeah, but you've got 5 seconds to do it.
At the same
Do you want to
time?
start,
Okay,
Alex?
I'll
No.
start.
We'll just do it.
Do you have
5
to get
seconds.
up for this?
You can do whatever you want as long as you're in shot so people can judge it.
Okay.
Getting up? All right. You have 5 seconds. Ready? Go. You only needed 2.5. He's just sat there.
That's disturbing.
And it's a callback. It's a callback to the frozen frame at the beginning of this Twitch where we had to reboot it.
Holy shit.
That is tough competition to follow. Do you want to go next or should I?
Yeah, I'll go. I was just going to do this. Wait.
Ready?
Yeah.
1,
Wait.
2, 3.
Is this how you... I was going to do like a... Can you see that?
No.
No,
'cause
not
you're
at all.
facing
And
the
that is his pose. He's just moved it on the last second. Surprise entry at the end. And we thought that double death draw in Tekken was exciting. Fuck! No, I mean, you already had it. Now you're out.
Okay, I blew it. It's all right.
All right, Jordan,
I'll
do
stick
it.
with it.
Back
I'm
to
sticking
Rush.
with it. I'm sticking with it.
All right, ready? Give me 5 seconds.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
He went for his natural pose.
Is it time?
And that shapes.
Is blocked by the freaking Michael Jackson.
That's terrible.
Holy shit.
And MJ. Who won?
Who won?
I feel like they're gonna say MJ won. I didn't.
I like that game, man. That was a good idea. That was a sick game. That was sick. That's
You like it?
Yeah, that was like
You
pure,
like it?
yeah, I like that a lot. That was like pure creativity exalting right there. I like that, man. That was fun. I'm into it.
They're saying Jordan won.
Yeah,
I think it was well
Wait,
deserved.
is there a
Actually,
poll?
No, look, if we were going to say
Except
it,
for
as
Sleepy
always-
Zealot, who says everyone lost.
Yeah, well, that's very negative.
Poll it,
and
poll
you bring
it.
down the vibe a lot.
you got to poll it.
Yeah. Who had the most interesting?
I mean,
think
Jordan-
they are doing it. It's a current poll.
Ali,
Whoever our moderator is a band
say
mob.
Olympics.
See, and that's how it's done. You've been doing it wrong your whole life. Who's to say that you're right?
Olympics. Hey, say Thai food.
Thai food?
Whoa.
What?
You always
Because
say
he always says Thai food.
Thai.
What did I
Yeah,
say?
we always just thought that you were talking about KFC chicken thighs.
Thai. Thai food.
You always say thigh.
Thai. It's because someone told me that I say it wrong. I remember once I was saying Thor, and they were like, it's not Thor, it's Thor.
It is Thor.
No, but they were like, you're too immigrant. It's not Thor, it's Thor.
Yeah, it is Thor.
No, like a.
Yeah, it is Thor.
So now I use that with every T.
No. Okay, say Thor then Thai.
Thor, Thailand. No.
Thor.
You know what? Sometimes
tie.
when you mispronounce words, it scares me. I am actually.
Dude,
freaked
Thailand
out.
is better. Imagine that.
Thailand.
Yeah.
Well, it should be.
All
said
the
like
glutes
that.
are ripped. Everyone's
The one that is wrong that Ali says is vegetables. I don't know how he got.
I've
to
never
that.
heard that.
Vegetables?
No,
Yeah,
it's-
you say vegetables now, but like when you're just like in conversational flow, sometimes you'll just say wedgies.
No, it's because we fuck up our V's and W's.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you clearly
yeah.
do.
No, it's not me. It's the entire brown race.
Is it? Yeah, we're chucking you under the bus here. Sorry. Hey, they said it, not me. Fuck. It was
No,
the
it's
Twitch
true.
people.
Yeah, Ali won by a whopping 61%, as he should have.
Holy
because
shit.
He's had class, and there was some
Yeah.
thought into it.
It was sexy.
And it was a callback.
Yeah, it was a callback.
There was so many things going for
Comedic.
it.
I'll pay that. I thought everyone was in the draw.
Should we do a round of disappointing sound Olympics?
Oh, I think we should.
We are over time, so we might have to. This might have to be the last thing we do today.
All right, let's go for it.
I've missed this. Who's going to go first?
Ready?
I'll go first.
Okay, go.
Jesus.
That's easily the most disgusting. I really feel like that we have to give out participation medals at this point to each other.
You're feeling sexy tonight, aren't you?
Yeah, that's a sexy sound.
This is a sound like
Well,
a
it's
bird makes.
sexual sound.
It's close.
What bird?
We already heard it.
Jesus.
It's like it's one of those birds. I don't know, like looks like a hamster, but it's a bird. Anyways, go do yours.
Me or you?
All right, I'll go for it. Ready? Ready?
Yeah. That was good.
Now, remember, the aim is to make the most disappointing sound you can. You're not trying to do anything fancy here. So I think that Miss Love
I think I've got this
he's
one.
got this one. Ready?
I think I've got this one.
That was it.
That was it.
No,
thank you
no,
very much.
no,
That was
no,
the time.
no,
That's all the time we have for the
no.
podcast. Make
Thank
sure
you.
you sign up to the Upload
See you
podcast.
guys. Appreciate your
Bye, guys.
Sign
Thanks
up
so much for
to
your
the
time.
Upload.
Yeah, no, you won, Miss Love. Well done.